Commissioner Thatcher, would you lead us in pledge allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We officially start our meeting this morning with item B, approval of the regular session minutes of 3/22/2021. Board, you've had these in advance to review them. Are there any additions or corrections?
None.
None.
Hearing none, call the roll, please.
I need a motion.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I have a motion for approval of the regular session minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. And before we go into our agenda this morning, Julian Nisbet, are you with us this morning from the Health Department?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So just a quick update on where we're at with COVID-19. So in Clermont County, our case rate per 100,000 is down to 127 this morning. The state as a whole is at 143. That's actually last week's number. That number gets updated weekly and it'll be updated tomorrow. Vaccines. So we have a little over 46,000 of our residents have been able to start their vaccination series. It's a little over 22% of the population. And then we have just over 27,000 have completed, so about 13% of the population with that. So we have moved vaccination efforts for public health up to UC Clermont. It's a kind of a great location we have up there at the Student Activity Center. Things are going really well. We were able to increase our throughput this week up to about 600 people a day that we're vaccinating. Next week, we're hoping to bump up to about 700, which will probably max out about how many people we can put in this space during our clinic times with that. So we're looking forward to that as increased vaccine allocations continue to kind of head our way. I do just kind of want to remind the public that we really do not want people showing up early to clinic appointments. We are having some issues as people are showing up hours early and then standing in line, and then that is backing up some of the things. And as we kind of reach our maximum throughput in that facility, it is really designated for social distancing and to keep our vaccinators and our workers safe. We want to space people out, and that is why you do have a designated appointment time. We have vaccine for every single person who has an appointment that day. So there should not be any fear of running out of vaccine or any issues with that. So we really do want to encourage people to just show up at your clinic time. The UC facility, UC Clermont facility is fantastic. The parking is right there by the Student Activity Center with it. So it's not a long walk. You're not going far. It's right there. And literally when you hit the door, you're hitting the registration line as we try to maximize the number of people we can put through with that. We were notified a few days ago that we have, we've seen a case of the B117 variant in our county. That's not really surprising as we have seen it over the last several weeks in some of our surrounding counties, but just, continue to kind of monitor that situation as there is concern with increased transmission rate with the variants. We are going to continue to do what we can over the next few months to vaccinate as many individuals who are going to want the vaccine as quickly as we can with our efforts. So that is really all I have, unless you have questions for me.
Any questions this morning, board? Hearing none. Thank you, Julian. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And this is item G, county staff elected officials, moving it up under item B. Are there any other county elected or staff that would like to speak this morning? Hearing none. We are moving on. The next thing on our agenda is item C, and this is a proclamation this morning, the designation of April as the National County Government Month in Clermont County. Mr. Bamer, you're with us this morning. I'll go over here and present this to you. Morning, Michael. This is Mike Bamer of the Office of Public Information. And the Board of County Commissioners, Clermont County, Ohio, would like to present you with a proclamation today for the National County Government Month. And this is April 2021. Whereas the nation's 3,069 counties serving more than 300 million Americans provide essential services to create healthy, safe, and vibrant communities. And whereas Clermont County and all the counties take pride in our responsibility to protect and enhance the health, well-being, and safety of our residents in efficient and cost-effective ways. And whereas supporting the National Association of Counties 2021 theme, Clermont County is demonstrating how counties matter, especially in support of older adults, their families, and caregivers. And whereas Clermont County prides itself on its commitment to our citizens, the stewardship of our resources, and the continuous search for innovation. And whereas each year since 1991, the National Association of Counties has encouraged counties across the country to elevate awareness of county responsibilities, programs, and services. And now therefore be it resolved that we, the Clermont County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim April 2021 is the National County Government Month in Clermont County, Ohio. And this is presented to you by Claire B. Corcoran, myself, the president, David L. Painter, vice president, and Bonnie J. Batchelor. Bonnie is a member of the board. Thank you. And Michael, if you have some words to say this morning, we would appreciate it. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Commissioner Corcoran. Yeah, I'm Mike Kramer, Communication Coordinator here in the Public Information Office. And as was mentioned, in April, we're demonstrating how counties matter. A quick look at our recently released 2020 annual report will give you a hint. Clermont County served as a helping hand during the pandemic, including grants to small businesses, emergency rent and utilities for those behind in paying their bills, money to organizations on the front line. The county also took steps to ensure communication coverage for police, firefighters, emergency services, buses, engineers, and the like. Meantime, Water Resources continued to implement a plan that calls for improvements to water mains, water tanks, and sewers. And Community and Economic Development helped bring employers such as Nestle Purina Pet Care Company and its $5 million investment to the county. And if that's not enough, the engineer's office, it strived to make travel from Eastgate to Batavia without a traffic signal a step closer to reality. And finally, Job and Family Services is not to be forgotten. They protected children from abuse and neglect, collected millions in child support, and gave a hand up to people facing difficult times, and provided job search help to many. We could literally fill the whole meeting with the ways that the county government plays a positive part in people's lives. These are just a few highlights to illustrate how counties matter. To learn more, you can subscribe to our newsletter. We have a monthly newsletter. You can follow our social media offerings, and a lot of people do, and it's a growing audience. And visit our website, and also take a look at our annual report. We've got copies available. You can reach out to me or any of the commissioners, and you'll just see counties really do matter in our daily lives. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all you do for the county. And also, just as an added point, it's Ohio Severe Weather Awareness Week,
Yeah.
March 21st to 27th. I'd like to give you a big shout out for making sure that that got out in our news media, but also on Facebook, telling people what was going on, whether or not we were turning on the sirens at 10 minutes of 10 this morning or not. Thank you and your staff, everybody, for what you do.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been really great to work with our emergency management team, and we have so many partnerships with the fire departments and EMTs and fire and police. It's really impressive the way people do pull together, and you know, just to be really aware. We're so involved now with COVID that, you know, this is tornado season, starts next week, and of course the flooding, we've had some already. So we're really on our toes for that. So thank you.
Great, thank you, board.
Thank you,
Anything
Mike.
else from Mike?
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Sure, Mike, you want to get a picture with us?
We can do it out front now. Look.
Yeah, I guess we can. Sorry.
Remember, we always did it on front of the screen.
Oh, that's right. Because of that.
Yeah.
Up here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually do it in front of the seat. This is the first picture.
Yeah, it's been a while.
This is for mom and dad.
All right, I'll go in 3, 2, 1, and one more. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Thank you.
Now they'll see this and say he has a job.
Mike, thank
We'll get that tuition back now.
We'll move on to item D, consent agenda. Board, you've received this in advance for your review. Are there any concerns, any additions or deletions?
None here.
Hearing none, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor. Yes. Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item E, non-consent agenda, starts on page 4, item number 9. It's a recommendation of the Board of County Commissioners to adopt resolution number 044-21, resolving to approve payment to vendors in the total amount of $2,443,908.15, as set forth in the BCC approval invoice report for checks dated March 24, 2021, BCC directed prepaid invoice reports and/or procurement card transaction report as presented by the county auditor on March 22nd, 2021, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants for same pursuant to section 319.16 Ohio Revised Code. Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor. Yes. Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 10, Engineer's Office.
Good morning, Board. Item number 10 is a recommendation to accept the contract by and between the Board and Roberts Paving for project number 105055 relative to the Pierce Township Park Paths project. This contract was complete as of September 8th, 2020, and to acknowledge the release of retainage in the amount of $9,205.96 that was released on 9/23/2020.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 10. Is there, do I have a motion for approval of that item?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor. Yes. Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 11, Engineer's Office.
Good morning, Craig Reisner, Engineer's Office. Item number 11 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Igoe, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293268 for the following subdivision located in Pierce Township, and to further execute a combined performance maintenance bond as well as a performance bond for sidewalks. This is Woodside Park subdivision, section 4A. The performance bond for streets is $97,000. The performance bond for sidewalks is $98,240.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 11. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor. Yes. Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 12, Engineer Office.
Item 12 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Igoe, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293269 for the replat of lots in the following subdivision in Union Township. This is Terrace Bridge, section 1B, replat of multiple lots. The purpose is to create new lot numbers 291 through 304.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 12. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor. Yes. Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 13, Engineer's Office.
Item 13 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Igoe, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293270 for the following subdivision located in Miami Township, to further execute a combined performance maintenance bond as well as a performance bond for sidewalks. This is Willows Bend subdivision, section 4B in Miami Township. The performance bond for streets is $15,000. The performance bond for sidewalks is $17,480.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 13. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes, thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Item number 14.
Morning, I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Clermont County Water Resources Department, and item 14 is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 045-21, resolving to determine to make improvements relative to the construction, operation, and maintenance of the State Route 132 water main replacement from State Route 48 to State Route 28 project located in Goshen Township and designated as project number 6401-60167 in conformance with the detailed plans, specifications, and estimates of costs and financing as herein ratified and confirmed, all of which shall be paid from one or more of any combination of the Waterworks Capital Improvement Fund, Ohio Public Works Commission grant, any portion of any federal or state grant or loan should such become available, and or by the issuance of notes or bonds pursuant to section 133.08 of the Ohio Revised Code, and payable from revenues derived from water rates and charges levied for the operation of the Clermont County Waterworks System, and subsequent thereto to approve the request to advertise for bids for project number 6401-60167 pursuant to the plans and specifications, and to authorize the clerk of the board to place a legal notice in a newspaper of general circulation on Thursday, April 1st, 2021, schedule a non-mandatory pre-bid meeting on Thursday, April 22nd, 2021 at 10 a.m. with bids that were received until 2:00 p.m. local time on Thursday, April 29th, 2021 in the Office of Board of County Commissioners, 101 East Main Street, Batavia, where they will be publicly open and read aloud shortly thereafter. And the legal notice will also be posted on the county's website. So this project consists of replacing approximately 6,853 feet of the existing 6-inch water main located along State Route 132. Was installed. It's approximately 62 years old, and it's an existing 6-inch line. We'll be replacing it with a 12-inch ductile iron water main. So this is the portion of 132 from Short 48 to State Route 28 in Goshen Township.
Thank you. This is item number 14. Board, you've heard the reading of it presented by Lyle Bloom. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes, thank you, Lyle.
Thank you.
Number 15, Wade Grabowski.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Agenda item number 15 is a recommendation from myself, Wade Grabowski, Director of Facilities Management, with the concurrence of Mr. Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to authorize Claire B. Corcoran, President of the Board of County Commissioners, or in her absence, any other member of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute change order number 8 to the contract with Graybach LLC, Central Parkway, Cincinnati, Ohio, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on 12/18/2019 and subsequently amended on 7/29/2020, relative to the construction of the safety and training facility for the Clermont County Sheriff's Office, which represents a decrease in the amount of $2,008 for a total adjusted contract price to date of $971,635.62. For additions, deletions, and or modifications thereto, and as more specifically set forth in the document identified as change order number 8, and as it relates to the additions, deletions, and or modifications to the project located at 4035 Filliger Road, located in the Village of Batavia, Clermont County, as well as an extension of time of 123 calendar days for a revised substantial completion date of October 12, 2020, with all other terms and conditions of the referenced agreement and amendments thereto to remain in full force and effect.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 15 is presented by Mr. Grabowski of the Facilities Management Department. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Take care.
You too. Item number 16, Mary Raines, Director, Office of Management and Budget. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mary Raines from Office of Management and Budget. Item 16, if the board will allow, needs to be amended from what is on the agenda. There was a formula error, which resulted in a calculation error in the amount. If you please, I'll go ahead and read it in the corrected motion. Okay, it's the recommendation of myself with the concurrence of Tom Eigel to renew the lease agreement between the county and the Clermont Educational Service Center at 2400 Clermont Center Drive, which is a family support center. And it was originally ratified on 6/6/18 and renewed in 2019 and 2020 for the lease of 9,798 square feet. And this is the final year of the renewal of that original contract. It'll cover from July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. And the rate is $13.33 per square foot for a total annual amount of $130,636.29. And that reflects the changes in the consumer price index on the Midwest, East, North Central region. And that's in accordance with Article 3C of the lease agreement. All other terms and conditions remain the same.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 16 is presented by Mary Raines, Director, Office of Management and Budget. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make that motion with the change in the text that modified the 1385 to 1333. Is that correct?
1333 for an annual of $130,636.29.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Thank you, Mary. Any updates for us today?
Well, the only update we have right now is sales tax did come in for January. It's just under 5% year over year, and just over 5% compared to the previous January period. So we're still looking really good there. The largest increase is in the use tax, and that is where the internet sales fall into. So that's not a surprise for us. The other casinos came in, they were down for February. However, there were some closures from November through February that totally impacted the changes there. So we're hoping that things will start looking back up there.
Great. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes our non-consent agenda, and we're moving to item F. Are there any additions to the agenda this morning? No additions? We've already covered county staff, elected officials, but there are no further items. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Any member comments this morning?
Fun?
No.
None? I think one of the things, discussion, if you were on the call this morning when Julianne gave the full update, one of the things that you've heard her talk about is where we are as far as that rate, that per 100,000 when it comes to a case rate. There's a lot of information out about that. The governor obviously has been talking about that. I asked the question this morning, if that 100 to 100,000 case rate was county by county. In other words, if we're as a county right now, I think we're at 127 to 100,000. If we drop to 100, over 100,000, would that lift the restrictions in Clermont County? And Julianne clarified that in that is an average for the state of Ohio. With the variant coming up that has recently been seen, it's very unlikely that you'll make it to 100 over 100,000 anytime within the next few months. I hope that proves me wrong, but that may not materialize. I think a lot of people thought that was kind of a county by county measure, and it's not. It's statewide. The other thing that's out there obviously is Senate Bill 22. Senate Bill 22 obviously has been passed by the House and by the Senate, and will limit the gubernatorial powers here in the state of Ohio for declaring a medical or a pandemic emergency, and obviously the veto is going to come up with that at the governor's office, and then there will be a move forward in the House and in the Senate, for an override, so we just need to be aware that those requirements may change very, very quickly, based on if it is overridden and it comes down to a decision in the legislature, we may see things change very quickly as far as, restrictions and those kind of things. And I don't have a magic wand on that to speculate what those changes would be. We just need to understand that, we may have to react quickly and be open to those kind of things. So, just wanted to draw your attention to that. By all means, go out, read about what's going on. And then also there is, if you've been watching the television this morning, you've seen lots of information about tragedy here in America, as far as guns. And obviously a lot of talk about, again, the legislature here in America looking at possible methods to try to restrict that from happening. So that's something else that I encourage everybody to, get educated about pretty quick.
Mr. Bachelor, will you continue this morning?
No, not this morning.
Well, before we close the meeting this morning, just a reminder that since this is the National County Government Month, I'd like to extend on behalf of this board to all of our leaders, all of our directors, and all of our staff out there, no matter what level you're at. We appreciate your work. We thank you for working so hard during this pandemic and keeping your government open and running. And Wade, especially to you and your staff, that kept the buildings cleaned. And even when it snowed, we could all get into the parking lot, and like to just extend a big thank you to this morning.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We finished our member comments. Could I entertain a motion to adjourn this morning?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Bachelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Thank you for joining us this morning, and everyone be safe out there.